Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now. What's interesting about technology to me is that it's always advancing. Things are always changing. But I guess maybe I'm a typical user in the sense that when a product's released, I can use it to its fullest potential. But there are some people who can't necessarily use it to its fullest potential. And for that reason, you have certain features that are sometimes built in for software experiences. For example, and this isn't, to talk specifically about the device that I have in my hand, an iPhone running iOS 5.1, but many solutions out there, hardware-driven solution, have software enhancements. And if I go into the accessibility portion of iOS here, I can turn on VoiceOver, Zoom, large text, white on black. That I can reverse the colors just like that. Pretty easy. Speak selection or speak auto text. I can also turn on custom vibrations for anybody who might be. So when Diana texts me, it'll go boom 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 like a heartbeat boom 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 because she's my heart. And then of course I can turn on LED flash for alerts. I can rebalance it from left to right. Turn on assistive touch, or change the physical or the motor capabilities for incoming calls, and even turn on or off the triple-click home for the home button. Accessibility may not be at the top of your mind when it comes to technology, but as we think about gadgets and gizmos and our regular usage patterns for them, sometimes it's interesting to, take it a step further and realize that we could use some of those features ourselves. Like I just showed you something, the custom alert tones. How many of you guys are going to go turn that on right now? I think I did one like that's another one that I did. It's pretty easy to do. You just tap the screen and it creates the different type of buzz. It's not really a ringtone. It's more like the vibration alert. But we are inching towards a much more accessible future, all the way down to thinking, I can cross I can cross the street with a relative amount of ease. Today we had the windows down and we heard a chirping sound, and Diana had never really heard that before. I said, well, it's so that those who can't see very well know that it's time to cross the street. When we visited the Hoover Dam last week, there was a ramp that led up to the new bypass, and I was like, why did they build the ramp? And because they had a set of stairs. I'm like, well, how else are people who can't easily use the stairs are going to get up there? Even my dad, who's had problems with his hip, would much rather take a ramp, even if it would take longer, than take the stairs. Technology, works in much the same way. Just because you have the ability to use something very well doesn't mean that everybody would have an equal amount of ability. And we are increasingly inching towards that more accessible future, from getting around to operating devices. And as that technology advances, it gets better for all of us, not just those who don't have the same abilities that many of us do, but everybody in general. And really, I think that's what technology is there for. It's there to enable experiences. It's not there to lock people out. That's not the promise of what technology can do to change the world. So take a look at the story that we posted. We even included a video that's talking specifically about BCI technologies and being able to use your brain to control computers. I did a test when I was in Germany last year where I was able to type out a couple of sentences just using my brain and thinking about certain patterns. Wouldn't it be neat to be able to do that right now instead of typing, just thinking it and then having it happen? You may think that's far-fetched, but 50 years from now, that may be the norm. So what kind of future are you looking for in terms of technology advancement and making technologies more accessible? Have you heard of anything unique that is actually happening right now? Let us know.